Nice to see you here this morning. I am looking forward to working out with you. It's a beautiful sunny day where I am. I'm looking forward to working our entire bodies. We're going to target our glutes and thighs to begin with, then we're going to move into some ab work, and we're going to finish off with some upper body strengthening moves. We're not going to need any equipment, body weight resistance only. You're going to feel the burn. You're going to target those major muscle groups and feel great afterwards. So we're going to start off this morning with a little bit of a warm-up. When I woke up this morning, I had a bit of a stiff neck. It happens occasionally. Sometimes when we wake up, it's a great idea to stretch and mobilize the neck joints, especially if you're going to be moving into exercise. So I'm going to sit with my legs crossed. You can be kneeling or you can be stood, whatever's more comfortable for you. We're going to stack the vertebra one on top of the other. Chin is parallel with the floor and the crown of the head is lifted and lengthened up toward the ceiling. From here, we're going to turn to the right, stretching through the side of the neck, and then turn to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale to switch. Good. Let's do one more like that. Then we're going to come back to our right side. Inhale here and exhale. I'd like you to just circle your chin down across your chest, looking down at the floor, and then looking up over to the left. Inhale here and exhale, repeat, circling down and then looking up to the right. So you're just circling your chin down across your chest, feeling the stretch through the back of the neck as you move from side to side. Nice work. Let's do one more. And back to center. Amazing. I'm going to take a side view for this, but you can stay facing forward if you'd like. We're going to go into some seated cat-cows. So I'd like you to interlace your fingers behind your head, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring the forehead to the chest, bringing the elbows together, and then open the elbows and open the chest. So inhale, round forward, and exhale, open through the chest and arch the back. Good. Inhale and exhale, opening elbows wide. Inhale forward. Exhale, open and lean back into it. Nice work. Let's take two more. Really curl down and open up wide. And last one. Amazing. Bring your spine back to neutral. From here, vertebrae are stacked one on top of the other. Elbows are nice and wide. We're going to keep our hips facing forward. Inhale here and exhale, twist to the right. Nicely done. Back to center and twist to the left. Keeping those elbows nice and wide. Breathe out to twist. Inhale back to center. Alternating sides. Good. Mobilizing the thoracic spine here. And last one. And back to center. Nicely done. Now I'd like you to bring your hands down on your mat. Wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to move into some leg circles here to mobilize the hip joints. So we're going to lift that right leg up and circle it up, back, and around. Good. Lifting as high as you can with that knee, opening in the hip. Let's go 2 and final 1. Nicely done. Lower down. We're going to switch sides. Circling back with that left knee. Lifting it nice and high, mobilizing the hip joint. Breathe through it. Last 2 and final 1. Nicely done. Position your hands so they're about shoulder distance apart. Curl your toes and push up into a downward dog. Now from your downward dog, I want you to lift your hips nice and high, flatten out your upper back. If you need to bend at the knees to get that lift, then please do so. We're lifting up really nice and high,
Then we're going to lift up a little bit higher onto our toes and then draw the heels down toward the mat. Don't worry if they don't touch. Lift up on those toes and flex, bringing heels down toward the mat. Lift and lower. Lift, scoop belly in and lower. 2 more. Lift up on those toes and invite those heels down to the mat. Last one. Nice work. Hold in downward dog. And then we're going to tap the knees down, scoop belly in, and lift hips back up. Tap knees down to the mat, scoop belly in, and lift into your downward dog. Good. For 4. I want you to really challenge yourself by connecting with your abs as you lift those hips. Last 2. And final 1. And lower knees down to the floor. Nice work. Now we're going to get into our glute and thigh work. So I'd like you to position your wrists so they're below your shoulders. Your knees are below your hips. We're going to extend the left leg out long, lift the leg, flex the foot, and we're going to go into some flexed foot lifts. So we're lifting the leg to about torso height, keeping the hips square with the mat, and really focusing our attention on our left glutes here. Good, lifting that heel up toward the ceiling. Good work. We want our spine in neutral and the abdominal wall lifted up toward the spine so the torso is really stable. Broaden across your shoulders here. Gaze is down on the floor so the neck is in alignment with the spine. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bend the knee, keep the foot flexed, and lift. Tap the knee to the mat and lift. So you're pressing your heel up toward the ceiling as you breathe out. Good. Really starting to feel it in those left glutes. Keep pressing heel up. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. I want you to extend your leg out long. Keep the foot flexed. We're going to walk the hands out in front of the shoulders, but keeping those wrists in line with elbows and shoulders. Then we're going to lift. Little pulses here. Lifting the heel up toward the ceiling. Lengthening through the spine as we do so. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold the leg as is. Point the toe. We're going to lower the forearms down to the floor and then push up through the heels of the hands. 2, 3. We're going for 10. And 5. Push up through the heels of the hands. Keep the legs suspended in the air. Good. Working the triceps here. 2, and 1. Lower forearms down to the floor. Leave them there. Lift the leg an inch higher and pulse the leg. Little lifted pulses here with a pointed toe. Keep it up. You can do it. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Lower the leg down to the mat. Take the knees nice and wide and push back into your child's pose. Stretching and lengthening through the spine, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing work on that side. Let's switch over to the other side. So we're coming into our all fours position, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Now we're extending the right leg. Keep the foot flexed. We're going to lift and lower. So your hips are square with the mat here. Your abs are engaged. Shoulders are nice and broad. As we lift that heel up toward the ceiling, we're switching our focus and our intention to our right glutes. Good. Keep lifting. We've got 5, 4, 3, squeeze the bum, 2, and 1. Nice. Now, bring the knee down to the floor and lift. Lifting that flat foot up toward the ceiling, driving up through that heel. Amazing work. Abs are engaged. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Now stretch the leg out long. Keep the foot flexed. Walk your hands out in front of your shoulders and lift. Little pulses here. Flexing, keeping that foot flexed and lifting heel toward the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe. Forearm taps. Lowering those forearms to the floor and then pushing up through the heels of the hands. Switching on the backs of the arms. 5, 4, 3. Keep that leg lifted. 2, and 1. Pulse it up. Stay down on those forearms, pulsing pointed toe up toward the ceiling. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down. Amazing work. Now we're just going to make sure that we've really targeted our side booty here too. So I'd like you, staying in this direction, to drop down onto your right forearm. And we're just going to go into some fire hydrants on this left side. So we're going to lift the knee up, opening to the side, squeezing the side booty with every lift. Keep your neck nice and long and your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top of the lift. We're going to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing. Now coming up into all fours, we're dropping the left forearm down and we're going to lift up into that fire hydrant on the right side. Good. Getting as much of a lift as you can, squeezing the bum at the top of every lift. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here and pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing work. Take your knees nice and wide and send your hips back towards your heels for a little breather here. Amazing lower body work. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more breath here. Really lengthen out through the tailbone. For 3, and 2, and 1. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to switch positions so that we are ready to do our abdominal work. Thank you for all the comments this morning. Thank you so much. So lovely to see you here with me. Let's lower down onto our backs and we're going to keep the elbows nice and wide and the feet are flat on the floor. We're going to go into some crunches here to warm up the abdominal wall. We're inhaling, and as we exhale, we're coming up. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, lower, and lift. So every time you lift up, I want you to really contract your abdominal wall down toward the mat, flattening low back down on the floor with every crunch. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Great work. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Use your abdominal strength to peel head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Let's go. 3, 2, lift a bit higher, and last 1. Nice work. Now we're going to cross over as we bring knee in toward the chest. So we're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the right knee in and bring left elbow toward right knee. Now cross over, switching sides, alternating sides as you cross, working into our obliques here. Now, your challenge here is to keep your low back pressing onto the mat as you cross over. The rotation is happening around your rib cage, so you're not swaying from side to side in your hips or your lower back. You're keeping the low back nice and cemented down onto the floor as you come up and cross over, shortening the distance between the bottom of your rib cage and your hip bone as you work into those obliques. Nice work. We've got 4 and 3. Lift a little higher for 2 and final 1. Amazing. Now I'd like you to stretch your legs out long, about shoulder distance apart. And from here, we're going to continue with those crossovers, but we're going to do it from a straight leg position. So we're inhaling here, exhale, cross over, and cross over, alternating sides. Good. Now I really want you to challenge yourself by picking your shoulder blade up off the floor in order to have that elbow reach that knee. Good. We're not pulling head, neck, and shoulders up. The head is supported in the hands. Good work. We've got 5 and 4. Lift a bit higher out through those shoulders for 3 and 2 and 1. Great. Now, from here, we're going to go into some regular crunches with straight leg lifts. So we're inhaling here and we're exhaling. Right leg lifts and left leg lifts, alternating sides. Now I want you to keep your legs really strong here. So you're pointing hard through your toes, ensuring that you're working into the leg muscles as well as into those abs as you lift and lower that leg with control. Good. Keep moving for 4, 3, lift a bit higher for 2, and last 1. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to bring the knees in toward the chest. I'm squeezing the legs together. I am tapping elbows and knees and then stretching the legs out long. So I'm curling and crunching up, tapping elbows and knees and stretching legs out long. If that's too much with a full extension, you can come out with your legs bent. You don't have to fully extend the legs. Good. Move slowly and with control, working your upper and your lower abs here. I know it's tough, but you can do it. Great work. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to hug your knees in towards your chest, lower head, neck, and shoulders down. Hug them in for just a moment. You can gently rock from side to side if that feels good on your lower back. And we're just going to finish off with 2 more ab exercises before we move into some of our upper body work and our cool down. So stick with me. You have the option here of bringing hands behind your head again or taking them on either side of your tailbone to support your lower back. That makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, we're going to take the knees nice and wide. Inside of the feet are glued together. Then we're going to splay the feet out, just gluing the heels together. From here, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to drive out through those heels. Lower and drive out through those heels, squeezing legs together as we go into our froggers. Good. Nice work. Now, if you really want to pick up the challenge, you can keep head, neck, and shoulders elevated as you squeeze your legs and drive out through your heels. If you want even more of a challenge, take your legs out at a lower angle. The lower the angle, the more challenging it is for those abdominals. Good. We've got 3 and 2 And final one, we're holding it here. Point your toes. We're going to go into some little flutter kicks here. Fluttering the legs as we kick them up and down. Remember, you can have your hands on either side of your tailbone if that's easier, and you can have a gentle bend to your legs as needed. Keep fluttering. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs together, knees into chest. Take your hands on either knee, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and just circle your knees in opposite directions. Cooling it down, regulating the breath for 3 and 2 and 1. Amazing. Okay, take your hands behind your thighs and roll up to a seated position. Excellent. Okay, now from here, as I said, we're going to really start targeting our upper body muscles, our upper back muscles, and our arms. So I'd like you to curl your toes, position your wrists so that they're below your shoulders. We're going to go into some shin lifts here. So we're going to inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to scoop our bellies in and lift our knees so the shins are hovering above the mat. Your shins should be parallel with the floor. You're creating a nice flat table-like surface with your back. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the floor. Thank you so much. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to inhale here and exhale to lift. Holding it here. Nice broad shoulders. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8. Lift abdominal wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, last hold. This time we're going to hold for 15 seconds. You can do it. Really broaden across those shoulders. If you need to tap your knees down midway through, that's fine. Just lift right back up into it. Inhale and exhale. Holding. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Lift abdominal wall. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send the hips up and back into a downward dog, stretching and lengthening through the spine, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. From here, we're going to come forward into plank, holding strong in plank, nice flat line with the body, and then easing down to the mat with control. When you touch down, I'd like you to stretch your arms out long in front of you. We're going to hover the arms and the chest above the floor. We're going to pull the right elbow back, keeping gaze down on the mat. Pull the left elbow back, and then we're going to pull both elbows back, hovering chest a little higher. Now come back, pull your right elbow back, pull your left elbow back, elbows pull back together as we hover the chest. Good. Right elbow, left elbow, together, pull up, contract those upper back muscles together. Nice work. Right side, left side, pull it back and lift your chest a bit higher. Nice work. 1, 2, together for 3. Last 2 sets. 1, 2, give it all you got as we lift and contract those shoulders. Last one. 1, 2, pull it back and hold. We're going to lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower hands down to the mat. Lift yourself up into a kneeling position. From here, we're going to go into some push-ups. So I'd like you to position your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders in alignment because these are tricep push-ups. We want to keep the elbows in close toward the side of the body so that we can really focus on the backs of the arms. We're going to lower the chest between the hands and then push up through the heels of the hands. Lower and push up through the heels of those hands. Lower and lift. Your elbows should be grazing the sides of your body as you lower and lift to ensure that we're targeting those triceps. So weight is in the heels of the hands as you push up, sculpting the backs of the arms here. Doing great work. Last two. Lower and push up. Last one and push the mat away. Take the knees nice and wide and sink back toward those heels. Find a lot of length in the spine here, and let's regulate the breath for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, from here we're going to move into some cool down stretches. So we're going to start off by stretching the backs of the arms. I'm going to lift my left arm up and just pull the elbow gently back with my right fingertips. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Feeling the stretch run all the way through the back of the arm. Pull it back a little bit further if that feels comfortable. For 2 and 1. We're going to switch sides. Drawing your left elbow back with your right fingers. Breathing deeply for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to move into a plank just for a moment. And then we're going to fold the right leg under the body, coming into pigeon pose. So I'd like you to make sure that that back leg is straight behind you. Press your fingertips into the floor and use that pressure to push yourself up a little bit higher. So you're in a nice upright position here, stretching the spine as well as opening in the hip and stretching those glutes as well. If it feels comfortable for you, I'd like you to fold over bent leg. Resting your head on your forearms. Breathing deeply here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. Bring yourself back up. Step back into your plank and then fold your left leg under your body, really straightening that right leg out behind you. Pressing up through those fingers. Sitting up really nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. I can really feel this into my hip flexor as well. Maybe I've got some tightness there, but it feels good. Okay, now we're going to fold over if that feels comfortable for you. Folding, lowering forehead down onto the forearms, feeling the stretch in slightly different places from this position. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'd like you to bring yourself into a seated position. We're going to sit with our legs crossed, or you can be kneeling or standing. I'm going to lift the shoulders up and roll them down and back. Let's take a couple more of those. Lifting the shoulders and melting them down and back. One more lift and lowering down and back. Amazing work. I hope you enjoyed that routine. I felt it throughout my body and I hope you did too. I look forward to working out with you again next time. I try to do a live every week, but I also have a 60-minute full body coming out this weekend. So stay tuned for that, and I look forward to moving again with you next time. Thank you to all of you who joined the chat and the workout this morning. Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Aries. So great to see you, and whoever else is here as well. So great to see you joining in. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.